Okay, we are live. It is a day in the week. What is it? What day is it? It is Wednesday. It is very much Wednesday. A temporary pincushion here. So I can get another one. So, I know I had said that we were probably going to be working on the name canvas today. But I changed my mind. This actually does have a time limit on it, so I probably should be working on this first before fussing around with personal projects. So I'm gonna try to get some work done on this guy. So I did look up all of the... Why do I have an extra strand? That looks like it might have been a strand that's split into two. Okay. Well, alright, we'll just go with it. So I did do some digging, and I can get every single one of the colors on the color chart from Michaels. And I did some pricing. And it would cost me about $8 in shipping, close to $9, to have these colors shipped to my house. And I was like, oof, that's a lot in shipping for something that's literally a store that's like an hour from our house. Now, I do have a bunch of fluff right now of various shades. And the husband's like, well, just find the closest one you have. And I'm like, yeah, but if I'm in the middle of one, I can't just swap to another one. So here's what we might do, or what I'm thinking of doing. Oh, this one's gonna be a right pain in the ass. I might have to get the needle threader out for this one. Nope, we got it. Okay. I'm going to pick specific ones and fill them in with the shade provided. And then other ones I'm going to reserve for a different shade of green that I have on hand. Just to ensure that I've got enough happening here. I don't know. I don't know why I've kept those pair of snips. They've never really... Sometimes they cut great, and other times it's like a kid's pair of safety scissors that won't cut anything. So I haven't picked a shade of green yet. And they seem to think that they've provided me with enough thread. I'm not so sure that I agree with them. Just making sure it's somewhat taut still. Because, you know, we all have our own style of doing stitches after a while. And there's the inevitable tangles that happen and all of that. And I don't feel like that's been completely accounted for. I feel like, oh, this is just enough thread. Provided you don't make a single mistake. So I'm like, mistakes happen all the time, though. So I think, well, we might in fact have enough. I'm uncomfortable with that level of trust in a kit that I've never done before. So I'm going to go with the more ass coverage route and just kind of go for it in a way that's going to make me feel better. It did say DIY kit, right? So we are just gonna have to DIY whatever way we can, right? And I was going to try to squeeze in working on this at some point on Saturday afternoon. That's not reassuring there. Oh, well, I guess we're okay. But I think I'd rather work on it tonight, where I don't have to worry about explosions happening suddenly from people setting off fireworks. Because they're allowed to set them off all day, and, you know, people are going to have the little non-colorful firecrackers and stuff, too. So I was like, you know what? I think this Saturday, I'd rather just chill and worry about the doggo and try to get some editing done. Instead of trying to worry about squeaking in a stream and losing time working on this guy. Oh, Mr. Bean. Your fur everywhere. He didn't seem all that sheddy of a cat at first. Except now I'm having all sorts of fun finding Mr. Bean hair literally everywhere it shouldn't be. So I'm gonna mirror these two long ones here. Now I did include a link to the kit on Amazon in the VOD description when I exported it over to YouTube. for anyone that really wants to do this one. Still not quite sure what to think about it, so I'm not sure if I really recommend it or not yet, but I guess we'll figure that part out as we go. I hope everybody had a good Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday. And all day Tuesday, I kept thinking it was Wednesday. So, yay. Don't know why, because I did actually do a few of the traditional Tuesday things that mark it as a Tuesday in my brain. I know my leaf stitch is not the cleanest. So there are some like non-slip feet on here, but that doesn't mean it doesn't slide at all if my hand hits it. I also included a link. It's not an affiliate link, it's just a link. Let's be clear about that. It is just a link to the stand that I am using that I got off of Amazon as well. 100% not an affiliate link. It is just a link. And it wasn't not sponsored or anything. Paid for this with our own money. All that good stuff. You okay? Sorry if there's a bit of pink dipping in on the bottom edge of the screen. Sometimes the lights just feel like a lot for me. So I've got a hat on. Like, I need to see, and you all need to be able to see what I'm doing. But at the same time, sometimes the lights just feel super, super bright. What you doing?
Trying to set up my tablet.
Oh. I did get a little bit of background work done on the name canvas earlier today, but by the time I had a minute to sit down and get anything done on it, I didn't have much time to fuss with it. So I was like, I got a little bit done though. So that's something. Should grab that. I guess the only solution to that is to either pin it up or to trim it, but I didn't want to trim it just yet. I want to wait to do that till the end. Stitches do want to straighten out. I can't do anything ever in a straight line on my own, but when I'm trying to make it be angled on purpose, does it want to cooperate? Hell no. Why would it do that? Don't do that. Oh, we got a 2-for-1 special in there. Hey! It's like the easiest fix on one of those that I've had in a long time. Hold on. What do we have going on under here? Hold on. Oh, really? It was that simple of a fix? It made me pull it off the needle for that? In my sudden panic that I had a bigger problem happen in there than I did. I was like, why am I pulling like another piece of string here? Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Spam call. Let's see. All right. Now I do have my fan turned up, so if you can't hear me very well, please tell me, and I will try to speak a little bit louder. Doing my best. But boy, is it hot. Our feels like was up around 100. It might have been actually over 100 at one point today. We weren't under a heat advisory. A lot of the country is right now. We actually weren't. We're like in this tiny pocket where it still feels like an oven, but not quite enough of an oven, I guess. So they haven't advisoried us yet, it would seem. Surprised, even with all that rain that we've had, that it's not more humid. It's definitely been more of like a dry hotness out there lately. Than sticky. I know where I want you to go. You do not seem to want to go there. I'll have to try to find another dark color, because that might help my ugly stitching here. being too blatantly visible. Yeah, but with the way I'm like double backing over stuff because it's like, oh shoot, those stitches weren't quite as close together as I wanted them to be. Definitely don't feel comfortable with the amount of thread that they gave me. Like, personally, and I'm still not certain if this pattern is going to come off with water. I haven't seen it mentioned. Anywhere in what instructions were in the kit. So I'm kind of like, well, that's interesting, and I guess we'll find out what happens. I'm a little skeptical if that's going to happen. Mostly because there's a couple different shades of ink on here. So I'm not real sure what to think about that. I mean, I guess we'll figure it out when the time comes if it's gonna or not, but one way or another. Okay. Honestly, I'm a little skeptical if I'm gonna have enough thread on needle to finish this particular leaf. We'll find out, I suppose. I feel like I did a slightly better job on the other one, which probably is in fact the case. But the other one was also a bit smaller. Ooh. Than this one, like width wise. Like a little bit skinnier. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to definitely rethread this guy. Or at least I feel like we are. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am. Be nice to be wrong about that. Okay. there. I've got like the tiniest knot that I missed catching. Which is unfortunate. But at least it's not like overly noticeable. Sure, I got that leaf shape completely correct, but I think we'll be okay. So I actually kind of accidentally cut off a tiny piece of chicken toe there. Because it was touching the very edge of the leaf there, so that's a interesting problem to have. We'll have to try to be careful when we go to put that back in, to remember to put it back in, overlapping that leaf there a bit. So this leaf kind of cuts into here, and it's kind of like coming out between these two leaf bits there. That was my finger. Finger, what were you doing in the way? poor finger of mine has been in its own way all day, it seems. The time I was working on the background of the other piece that we're working on. Just kept stabbing that like crazy. Okay, so I am going to need to rethread this. In order to finish up this leaf. Really? Thank you. I could feel the knot. I'm like, please don't. We're too close to wrapping up the thread on this needle for that to start acting up now. Now, I did not get around to changing that one fish out yet. I'm just gonna stitch over top of what's already there, I think. I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to remove what's there. Okay, so I'm gonna come back with some more of this green to finish up that chunk in there. I'm just not comfortable with the amount that I've got left on there. Still have enough to tie off. Oh. Oh boy, my hand does not want to be steady today. Like if I can pull it taut, I'm okay. Like I could have maybe gotten like 2 or 3 more stitches out of that, but I've already got a game plan in place for the not feeling like I've got enough of that color when there's so much of that color on here. Have to get it repositioned to where I can see and the camera can see it too. Okay. So we're gonna have this one finished up in this dark green, right? And then we'll have to figure out. So let me get this on the needle first. Like I said, it could actually be enough, but I'm super, super skeptical. My other kit that I did, the other company, they gave me a lot more thread to the point where I actually had like a strand or two left over. Does not feel like that's going to be the case here. Okay, so kind of need to figure out our green situation. Like, this is my closest, I think, to this. And that's a little bit light. Like, the color, like, you can see a color difference. This is much darker. And this is going to be even... Yeah, I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up. That's definitely... Oh, yeah, it is picking it up. Definitely a color difference. So I can't even pretend that those two shades would be interchangeable. And I'm just not sure. Like, I've got a fair selection of green. But they're kind of just not that green. So that other green I had in my hand there might be the best to go with it. Potentially. I've got this guy, but this is way light. I mean, it's not terrible. I just don't know if I want to go with like a more, because like these two are very different shades. This one's like a more muted version. This one's more of like a bright punchy green. I'm not really sure. Sorry, my eyes been giving me trouble all day today. Like, I'm just not sure which one would look better. I mean, it might be better to have a little bit more contrast between the two than to have it close. So maybe we'd be better off going with this one. Did you actually? Guess you should. It didn't feel like you did. Alright, and I'm not sure what color this is because I have it underneath. But I'm going to stick this color in my project bag. So that way we already have it picked out. Okay, so that's sorted. And let's get back to work on this guy here. What the heck? Okay, I didn't need you to do that. There we go. Oh my goodness. I took allergy medicine this morning too. I lost where the line was. It's like, wait a minute. Where am I supposed to be? And it didn't do anything. I've tried eye drops. My eyes itchy and irritated. It doesn't look irritated, but it feels irritated. And it's been deeply, deeply watery all day. And just basically annoying the crap out of me. And making it super difficult to get anything done. We're getting there on this one. Like I said, my leaf stitch is not the prettiest. But we're getting there. Like, I almost need the line down the entire center to try to keep my place. So after this leaf, we need to figure out where exactly we want the next super dark one to be. All right, so make this a light one. And thank you for breaking my concentration. Oh, so much, both of you. I mean, I guess thanks for the view, but we're not gonna tolerate that shit. Oh, goodness. Wow, I can't believe that account has made it this far without any kind of restrictions on it. Maybe they just haven't used it till now. Oh, that account's been banned. Or deleted. That was fast. And so has that one. Because I'm not getting any information on it now. That was quick. All right. Okay, so if we make this one light, and this one's gonna be light. Light, 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 light. Um, hang on. I need my maybe a pencil. They like giving these nips out in all of these kits. I now have 3 of these. Okay. So that would be light, light, light. So that means that one would need to be light, light, light. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe that one light and that one light. Oh, it leaves me with 5, excuse me. And we go dark, dark, and dark. At least on the bottom. Now, up top, I think we'll do light, light, and light. Maybe those 2 dark. That one dark. Those. So that's dark. That's dark. Maybe the bottom half of that one can be light. Oh, this ink is free flowing. I'll make that one dark. And maybe that light. You didn't leak in the bag, so that was good. Okay. So red dots are me trying to figure out my game plan here. Okay, so everybody that doesn't have a dot is going to be the dark color. So this will be getting a bath one way or another to at the very least remove my dots. Okay. So we have a game plan. Now, do I have enough of that other color that I am planning on mixing into here? That's also a good question, but I guess we will figure out as we go. Okay, some parts of this fabric, my needles just like let me in, and the fabric's like, nah. What's the password, bro? Okay. Actually kind of dreading adding in that lighter leaf color now, because you'll see how bad my leaf stitch is. Right? Oh well. Can't be good at everything, I suppose. I also haven't done much leaf stitches. Like I did a practice couple with my one learn to stitchy guide, but that was about it. Okay. So, to be clear, the red dots on the pattern were not part of the kit. That was me. I added those. Just in an attempt to keep track of where I need to go with what colors. Hi, Mr. Dog. Whatever is the problem? Hi. What's that? Did you have a good nap? Have a good nap? What's the matter? Oh, careful. What was that about? What? Did you just try to jump up here? You're fine. It might be a little early for the complaints department, though. Is that what this is about? Are you here to complain? You are. Okay. He loves to complain at me. He walked away and he's still complaining. Oh,
just wait,
buddy.
Chill the fuck out.
Buddy, you're turning into quite the Karen. Could we not? Could you relax? We're working on it. You have to pack up?
I have my drawing pad out.
Yeah, you're packing up?
Yeah.
You're done? Huh?
I'm not getting anywhere with it, and I gotta feed the dog. I'm just gonna pack up with it.
Oh, that's a mess. Oh no. Oh dear. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it. Alright. Let's see here. If I can figure out where I need to go. There we go. Hey, we got it. Always exciting when you're able to get that knot untangled without damaging things too much. Or making too much of a mess of it. At least it is for me. Might not say much about me, though. Hopefully the two-toned holly leaves won't look too strange. I know holly's generally one color, doesn't usually vary too much. At least the species that my grandmother always had. But sometimes the underside of the leaf can look a little different. Slightly. Sometimes. Okay. I mean, what we've done so far, I am fairly happy with. Granted, we haven't done very much so far, but at the moment, I feel like I haven't made too big of a mess of it yet. Which, you know what? That's a win in my book. I think this is already going to be enough of an adventure on its own. It's definitely had me questioning what on earth did I get myself into already. Ah, what the heck? That was a snag and a half. And a very unexpected one. Okay, let me look at our photo here. Okay, so we've got that berry and that berry. And there is a stem line between them. Okay. So this is all still part of this leaf. And that is sitting on top of that one. Okay. Doesn't hurt to check in with your pattern or finished picture every so often, just to make sure you all are on the same page communication wise. Right? Trying to be careful I don't chop too much into the edge of the berry here, because that could be troublesome. I think the berry is supposed to be a satin stitch. I believe. if I can get that. It's there. Just this little section. Right in here to get filled in. Okay, so there's that guy. So light, light, light. Light, light. And then this guy, dark. And this one, dark over here. Not really sure what direction to kind of bring this guy in from. Honestly. Here, I can get this guy kind of popped into there. We've managed to get a little bit done. A very minor amount. With the amount still to go on this guy, but I think we'll be okay-ish. I'm a little surprised that they had the background on this white with the white snowflakes. To me, that just kind of feels like they're going to be hard to see. So I might actually change that color. At least that's what I'm thinking about. I've got some lovely, like, light blues in here that I might do instead. Have like a little bit of an icy tone to them. That I feel like might work. Oh gosh, I'm doing this completely wrong angle. Good job. I totally just messed that up. Like I said, it is me, and I am guaranteed to mess it up at some point. There's our first kind of noticeable, semi-noticeable issue. Doesn't help that this one was at like a funny angle. Kind of being flat, but also behind a bunch of stuff. If I can fill that spot in, or at least cover that. All right, that's better. You'll see these berry intersections where they're like all kind of converging around the berry, like where the leaves are all touching it from different sides. Kind of tough. Oh, did I miss? Hang on. Big guy. No, that is open there. Okay. For a brief moment, I thought I done fucked up and got distracted and left that open. That is supposed to be open. This one is not supposed to be. This is actually part of a leaf. According to our diagram. Twice now. I haven't been able to get the angle right on that. 3 times. Is vexing. Quite a bit vexing, actually. Oh, that's a dark one too. Okay. Well, I've kind of got two, right, two dark leaves kind of butted up against each other here. Just kind of sort of happenstance. I thought a little bit about it, but not like a tremendous amount. And then actually seeing it come together visually, it's like, okay. You have shown me what my dot did not. I know this leaf is like all over the place, but my brain was not happy with the angle this one was at, because it wasn't really very much of an angle. Ooh, that did not sound good. At all. Okay. Who's fussing? Sounded like somebody was fussing with each other. Yeah, that leaf is just in every which direction. and mildly vexing. But you know what? It's alright. I think our remaining ones actually have a little bit more direction going for them, so they should be a little bit easier to maintain. See, that's that spot that I was having trouble with. There we go. My brain's having trouble between this edge of the leaf and that edge of the leaf, and I'm like, wait, where am I supposed to be here? Kind of to take a moment there to refocus. Plan of attack here. All right. Try to start working on this other side here. Yeah, that's what I'm always nervous about, is splits showing up between the thread stitches. Where it's like, oh shoot, I didn't get them quite close enough. But at least I can go back and kind of fill it in if I see it happen soon enough. Which is super helpful. But it doesn't always work out that way. Okay. All right, so we will Try to get this a little bit in there. Around our little berry front. Goodness, we are going to need another needle rethreading here soon. I believe. Not all that surprising though. I get one more stitchy stitch in here. Oh, just okay. I am going to move that guy under. Sometimes I knot it, sometimes I don't. Okay. And I think we might stop there for tonight. I know it's a bit early, but it's hot. Summer's always a little rough temperature wise in here, trying to have it so that it's not blazing hot in here for the rest of the night. But we have a game plan in place to make sure we don't run out of this color, and took the time to kind of plot out where the other colors were gonna kind of fall into place, and we'll go from there. And if it looks like I'm gonna run out of that other color, then I'll have to squeak in a little bit of that brighter, more in your face green. But so far so good. When we pick back up with this one, I'll have to finish off this leaf on the bottom here. And then I might start working on the dark leaves up here, just so I can be done with that one color for the most part, I think. I don't think that color is in the chickens themselves. I hope not. Because if that's the case, we definitely don't have enough. Alright, but I think we're okay. So, tomorrow we'll be doing some needle felting. We will be working on our flamingo guy. We're still working on getting the sky stabbed in there. We're getting there on the sky though. That we are. So, got a bit more sky to go. And then once all the sky is in, we'll start to put in our clouds and then kind of color them up. that is the plan for tomorrow. So hopefully my eye will be a little less pissy tomorrow. Of course, migraine permitting, as always, because we never know when those are going to be a problem. So everybody, you have a good day tomorrow. Try to stay cool. And don't forget to follow the socially links down below. Those will take you to the Ko-fi, the Blue Sky, and the YouTube channel. I do post when I'm going live or if I have to cancel on Blue Sky, so feel free to follow there. And until next time, everybody, have a good one.